All right, guys, it's time for a vibe change. Vibe change. Let's get ready. It's Monday. It's Monday. It's Monday. How we feeling today? How we feeling? How we doing? How are we doing on this fine Monday?
Hey, GEEGA, congratulations, by the way, on being the newest VTuber in the VShojo lineup.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Work never ends? Yeah. Yeah. Tell me about it. Fucking tell me about it. You said good, I'm going to therapy. Ooh! You know, I like that. I feel like more recently people have stopped doing the therapy's a thing you go to if something's wrong with you thing, and more like, yeah, it's like checkups. Like, you know, when you go to the doctor and get a checkup, right? I think that's great. A lot more people have just been going, friends of mine going just to make sure, you know, like if they have insurance that'll cover a little bit of it, they're just doing it. They want to treat themselves to something, they're like, yeah, I'll try a session, you know, stuff like that. It's nice. I did it. you said let's be clear, there's something wrong with me. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, I think everyone if it's within their ability, should do it, you know. Know what I'm saying? Guys, it's time. It's time. Get ready to yell. Mustard! Okay. Sorry, I need to wake myself up. I'm having caffeine, but I'm like not awake. But I am? I don't feel sleepy. It's just the vibes. It's just the vibes. That's all it is. Ugh. Mustard! Alright. Are you guys excited for him to perform at the Super Bowl? Everyone's thinking he's gonna bring out SZA because they've done a lot of songs together, Kendrick and SZA. There's that small, that tiny portion of me, being a forever Janet Jackson fan, hoping that if anyone's going to bring her out or reference her, I don't think they would bring her out. I think she'd have to be her own headline. But if anyone's going to reference her for a second, it's probably going to be him. I'm hoping he does. I'm hoping he says, like, just one little thing that's a nod, like, you know, don't forget about Janet, you know? We'll see. What the hell is that, Ryuko? Chiefs are back in Super Bowl again, not surprised. I don't know anything about football. But yeah. I'll watch any sport. I like sports in general. I just don't keep up with teams and things. Only thing I used to keep up with was Formula One. A sport I did. And then, kind of soccer, but not really. It was just that I watched enough of the matches, but I wasn't keeping up with it purposefully. Does that make sense? Is that an emote? I can't see it. Is my 7 TV broken? It didn't even show me that an emote was added. Oh. Hold on, I gotta... Reloading? Refreshing? Oh, now I can see him. There we go, there we go. Don't shoot him. Baseball's so dull. I don't know why, but it is. It's dull because it's fucking boring. And the thing is, there are a lot of boring sports out there where I could still watch it, but yeah, it's a numbers sport, exactly. I like watching golf. I like watching golf, and you can argue that that's boring as all get out, but I'd rather sit there and watch someone try to smack the ball over and over in golf than I would in baseball, and I think it's because of the whole gameplay. is just whatever it is. But golf, I'm just like, yeah, I'm just focusing on this one guy doing his one thing. I don't know. Yeah, tennis and volleyball are more fun to watch. I love soccer for a spectator sport. Hockey's not bad. I never got into it. Favorite F1 team? It's changed a lot over the years. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. Watching golf is so much more enjoyable when you're at the tournament. Oh yeah, if you ever have the chance to watch in person, it's so fun. Lance Stroll? No. What a fucking meme. That's the thing, like... Okay. No one's gonna understand what the fuck I'm talking about unless they, like, watch F1 and specifically keep up with who's who. But fucking Lance Stroll getting out there and, like, breaking his fucking wrist because he was doing some dumb shit. And then his dad is like, we gotta wait for my boy. He's gotta be our driver. I mean, come on, man. We need to find superhuman freaks to be driving these cars because they're up against Max Verstappen, who has a fucking... Dude, his reaction speed is completely inhuman, okay? We can't be picking someone's son who's also an idiot. Now, here's the thing. If it's someone's son and he's not an idiot, and he's a good driver, I'd be like, okay, fuck yeah, whatever. I don't care. Like if you're skilled and you can own it, it does not matter. I don't care if you're brought in because you're someone's kid or someone's friend, right? But he's stupid. We need to find genetic freaks, okay, that can kick Max's ass. And you know what? I think there might be maybe 2 in the world, and they're never going to get found because, you know, a seat is wasted on fucking Lance Stroll, okay? Now, if you don't know anything about F1, it's okay, chat. I'm sorry. You don't need to understand anything. Just go look up Lance Stroll. You'll just see he's some super rich guy's son that he just put in a seat and was like, I want him to drive. And the thing is, there's so few people who get to be F1 drivers in this world. There's so few seats. And you don't get to just practice all the time unless you have buku bucks. It's really expensive. These cars break down as you're driving them, and they're a bajillion dollars to replace anything on them. So, like, it's such a waste of resources to put someone in there who's, like, not even having potential to grow. I don't know. He's been in there for so long. He's been in there for so long, and I'm like, hey, you know, if you want to try it for a couple years, whatever, but, like, come on. Get rid of him! Get rid of him! Anyway, I love F1. Oh, used to watch F1 in the Michael Schumacher days. Oh, yeah. I watched for a long while. I think recently, I don't watch everything. I don't keep up with everything. I just, you know, if the time allows it, I'll recap. But, yeah. Stopped after Kimi. Oh, yeah. I had to say super rich, fuck that guy. Nah, I don't subscribe to the, like, fuck everyone who's rich thing. Because, like, especially if they're born into it, like, they didn't choose it. So I'm not going to disparage anyone for that. Also, if someone made their money, they made their money. I'm not going to be like, fuck you for trying to make money. Because if any of you had the chance to become super rich, you'd take it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and be mad because I didn't get that chance, you know? Like, it just yells bitterness to me. So I don't want to be that guy. Do I think it's nice if they maybe do some philanthropic things too once they have a lot of money? Yeah, I think that's cool. I don't think anyone's obligated to, though, if I'm being honest. None of y'all would see me again? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I don't do the, oh, fuck every rich person thing, because I'm like, why would you give it up if you were rich? You wouldn't. You're getting mad at humans for being human, you know what I mean? We can't be doing that. Let's not kid ourselves. Hey, you guys think you're really smart? I think I am articulate. No, I'm just kidding. I think I'm smart. I don't think I'm smarter than, but I think I'm smart. Does that make sense? Well, there's plenty of stuff where, like, I'll say a factoid and I might be wrong. Because I heard it from what I thought was a credible source. And then it turns out that that wasn't true. But I accepted it as the truth because it was what I thought was a credible source. You know, everyone's wrong sometimes, so there's nothing infallible in this world, if that makes sense. Yes, they should also pay their equal amounts, which they don't. Oh, yeah, I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying.
Congrats on joining VShojo GEEGA.
Thank you so much. I'm just saying most people, if you were super rich and you were given a chance to not pay your equal amount, you probably, on average, would. Most people would. And a lot of people are like, I wouldn't though. But when offered those actual opportunities in reality, most people don't. So I'm just saying, you know. I don't blame anybody. I don't blame anybody. You wish a lot of super rich would be that and also just shut up. You appreciate more and more that people like MySpace Tom got the bag, fucked off to go surf for the rest of their lives. Yeah, I think you could just go on social media less. I'm not gonna like tell you have to chase yourself off of it. I just think if you're being realistic, like you probably see a lot of these things because you watch TV or you scroll on social media, and you're not on the Twitter people I follow thing, you're on the For You thing, right? Stuff like that. To a measure, some of it will always be unavoidable, but like if you're bothered by seeing like rich people and the things they say all the time, you gotta like go to different spots for your information or use different sites or use them differently or something, right? Because like you can't make it perfect, but you can always like get that a little lessened in your life. You know what I mean? It can never be perfect, though. It can never be perfect, but you could try. Nico Hulkenberg and your best Daniel Ricciardo infliction. Oh, I can't do it. It's like iconic, though. I can hear it in my head. I don't like this song. Sorry, I think other people like this song a lot. It might be the most played song on Kendrick's Spotify right now, actually. I just feel like the beat is okay. Let's go listen to Denzel Curry. That's what we need in our lives right now. We need Denzel Curry. We need Denzel Curry. Okay, there we go. There we go. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep the right vibes going. I don't think a lot of people could have done the interview with the Twitch boss. I think people could have. I was put in there last minute because I think someone else was supposed to do it. I don't remember who. They didn't. I don't think they even told me. I just don't know. But whoever was supposed to do it couldn't do it, and they had to pick someone last minute that they thought would be a good pick, and they were just like, "Hey, can you do it?" And I was like, "Okay." Like a few days before. It was Camilla. Okay. I also want to clarify, like, that was a generic talk about VTubers and VTubing and stuff like that. And the TOS question was just something that I was going to throw in at the end. I was like, ooh, I got a chance to sneak this in. But then Dan brought it up. So I was like, oh, cool. Okay, cool. Like, I had that kind of prepped on the side that I was going to mention it because I figured it was the elephant in the room. But yeah. But yeah, it was just a generic thing about VTubing and like what can Twitch and VTubers do more and how does the community work a little bit. Just like a little talk about that. TOS thing, like, while obviously it's going to be clipped and talked about the most, that's really, it was the smallest part of the point of the conversation. It wasn't even the point of it. I just wanted to bring it up and Dan brought it up first. So I was like, okay, hell yeah. But yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I could do this. No, wait, actually I want to go, no, I want to go here. Sorry. I couldn't decide on this scene. Couldn't decide it. One of you said, after deleting Instagram and avoiding negative social media, I feel like my general well-being has improved tenfold. Yeah. Yeah, again, I don't want to blame you directly if your social media experience is bad because everyone uses it. You know, I get it. But, like, you have a choice to use it or not, and you have choices in how to use it and what platforms to use. You have choices in who to follow, etc., right? Use that. Don't just sit there and let yourself see things on social media and be like, oh, I hate it so much, when you could change that. You know what I mean? Just do what you can to disengage with it. People be like, oh, you should know what's going on in the world, therefore you should inundate yourself with everything everyone has to say ever. And no, man. You really don't have to. You really don't have to. Okay. All right. All right. Hold on, I'm scrolling back up. just want to say I've been trying to start VTubing, and your videos have been a good source to measure my expectations. Thank you. I don't want people going into it and getting disappointed over things that they could have prevented. That feels like shit. So a lot of the time when I give advice, like, I don't want to discourage people from things overall, but I want to discourage them from doing things a certain way that are bound to set them up for just, you know, 99% chance of being sad. Right? So I try to be realistic. I want people to go into this as a hobby and then enjoy it. That's all. That's all. Kendrick Bowl halftime show. Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. We were. I was saying, I would really, really like to see him shout out Janet. I don't know if he will. I don't know if he will, but we'll see. Maybe. Maybe. It was a good interview. You came across well, and thank you. I said this already. There's some people that are really upset that I didn't like pull out an AK and shoot Dan on stream with my questions. They wanted me to hardball him and like make him mad and get him to shut down. Essentially, like, that's not the result they would have wanted, but that's what would have happened, right? That's stupid. I want to be able to have a good relationship there and have staff feel like they can keep talking to me, and then I could apply more open discussion and pressure and stuff over time, and not negative pressure, just pressure to get an answer, right? Like, that's something that comes with time, and, you know, if you want to look for solutions, you have to do it like that. So, you know, it pays to be a professional. It always does. It always does. I'm not trying to fix it in a single interview or get a dunk on somebody. I'm trying to actually fix issues. So yeah, we're not going to burn bridges. We're going to make them feel safe talking to me. And then I get them to open up more, and I talk to them more, because they know if they misstep, they say something off, I'm not going to be like, fuck you, idiot. I'm going to be like, let's examine that, right? You know what I mean? You have to approach that slowly. Building rapport doesn't happen in one day. That's all. And then once they're under the box, you pull the string and the stick falls and the box falls on them. But that's, you know, takes time. Takes time. All right? That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Are you from LA? No. Fuck no. I hate the West Coast. I think the West Coast sucks. I think it sucks. I don't like it. I think it's dry. It's too warm. There's nothing wrong with the people, but I'm just really different from them because I'm from the East Coast. And when they keep doing things a certain way, I'm like, hey, I could take you over the internet, but like in person, it's weird. Your mannerisms are weird. And there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just like more comfortable on the East Coast. That's all. East Coast does roll different. And West Coast rolls different. It's the same thing. Because people on the West Coast, I'll be like being the way I am, and they're like, why are you moving your arms like that? You know what I mean? Why are you talking like that? And I'm like, I know. So I don't expect anyone to not have the same feeling back. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. Fire, hurricane, you choose? Yeah, I'd pick hurricane every time. Every damn time. Hi, Geek. Yesterday, I was so yippee that AmaLee joined VShojo. Congrats to her. Yeah. Yeah. Did you see it? Did you watch it? Did you watch it? I told you guys I was excited. I was very, very, very excited. It's something I knew about for a really, really, really long time. And I think she touched on it during the debut, where she said that she was actually in talks to maybe join around the same time I was in talks to maybe join. Like, our discussions started at a similar time. I wanted to give a factoid, a little fact about that, but I obviously wasn't going to say it until after. But initially, when we were like negotiating, discussing, joining, whatever, she and I were like by NDA allowed to talk to each other about it. Because the initial plan was that we might have joined as a duo. we were being talked to at the same time. It was just the two of us on the same timeline. And we were talking about maybe even like joining like the same weekend or something like that. And then for me, I was able to join. For her, it was like right thing, wrong time. So I was like, oh well, I hope you try again in the future. Like maybe like, you know, we'll see. I hope it works out. And she was like, yeah, it's just not going to be a thing right now. I was like, okay, that's fine. You know, and it was like both sides mutually being like, this is not the time for this, you know? So I was like, God, I hope there is a right time later. I really hope you join, you know? But I didn't say anything to anyone, obviously, because that was all like NDA stuff at the time. But but yeah, so I'm just glad. I'm just glad it worked out because it was a long time in the works, and it was, you know, the same process as me, where she was supposed to just kind of be brought in, and but not she was supposed to be. I shouldn't say it like that. It was a discussion, right? It was a discussion, and mine turned out as a yes. Hers turned out as a no at the time, and I was like, no, I'ma come back. So I'm just really glad, really glad that she was able to join this time. What happens in that situation? Does she reapply or say, hey, I'm ready, put me on the payroll? Neither of us applied or auditioned. It wasn't that. We were both approached and scouted directly. Like someone reaches out in a DM or an email or somewhere, however they, you know, in person, it could be anything, but someone will directly reach out if they're scouting. There are basically two ways to join as a member. It's not, you know, it's not one thing. It's either you get scouted because someone directly talked to you, or you audition. So in our cases, it was being scouted. So for her, if she wanted to reopen the conversation, it was the sort of thing she just had to DM someone and be like, hey, I'm thinking about this. What are your thoughts? And then it's conversations, right? It's not like a specific process. It's a very like subjective process, to be honest. Like, don't read into anything. It's literally just conversations. You know what I mean? That's how it is. That's how it is. And it wasn't like they were like, oh, we're holding a specific slot. We're gonna have this many people join and we need to scout this many people. It's literally just they talked to who they thought would be good and left that door open. Hey, if you'd like to join, let us know. We can get the process started. That's it. So from what I know, I'm pretty sure she just came back and was like, hey, yeah. Like, hey, it's a good time. I'm interested, right? So that's really all it is. Hi, Peter. Hi, Peter. The new member isn't you? Oh, Peter. Next time. Next time, Peter. Next time. Who was brave enough to scout? GEEGA. Actually, the first person I talked to was MTD, Mountain Dew, about it. He was the first person to talk to me and be like, hey, what do you think about this? And then after that, it was just like all staff at that point, right? Or not all staff, but like all staff that handle that. You know what I mean? But yeah, Do wanted me to be in, and discussed. And he wasn't reaching out like a, hey, this is an invite. He was reaching out like a, what do you think about this? Would you be open to it in case we start looking to scout anyone later? And I was like, at the time, I wasn't really thinking of joining, so I was like, we can have the discussions, the conversations, because I'm sure I'm missing info, but I'm not really like, I'm not looking to do anything but be indie. Like, that was my answer at the time, you know? But I was open to hearing about it, because obviously, like, you don't have the information, right? Like, you never know a lot until you, like, actually have those discussions, so I was like, I guess. Looking back, I'm like, wow, I really was like, yeah, whatever. I'll listen, I guess. But, yeah. Didn't know about the scouting type process. Those applications, but that's cool. Yeah, no. We've done two things. I mean, most members have gotten in because someone just asked directly. Whether they asked because they had seen them organically or because they had researched and looked for people and then tried to scout. Like, either way. You know, they just find somebody, are interested, discuss it internally. Should we reach out to this person? If it's a yes, then someone reaches out. That's very simple. Same way you scout for anything. It's honestly the same as like, yeah, NFL scouting. Right. It's the same as like a sports team or a, if you're doing a production of a show, whether it be a musical or something on TV or something like that, there's a mix where they bring some people in to audition for things, but then they also scout some things. Sometimes they tell people directly, you should audition, and they have everyone go through a formal process. Sometimes they're like, we just have a person in mind for this one role. You know, things like that. Like, you just do a mix of whatever makes the most sense to do, not just one or the other. So I think the entertainment industry is generally like that, though. Like, most things are not like all scouting or all audition or all whatever. It tends to be a blend. That's just very standard for the industry. So yeah, goes into your decision to not want to join a group. Well, at the time, I had less work that I had to do on the back end. I was still working full time too, so I didn't have a real reason to want to join. But also, I was in the middle of my health crisis, and I like I had just had cancer. Or I don't remember if I was being talked to while I had it or like the aftercare or the aftermath, the follow-up care. I was going through, I was kind of dying, right? Like, so I was going through all of that. So I wasn't really thinking about it at all. And I did tell MTD at the time. I was like, hey, I didn't tell them the full extent of my health stuff, but I did mention somewhat. And I was like, hey, it's really bad. So if things go okay, you know, we can talk about it more. But right now I'm good. You know, we can discuss, but we'll see, kind of thing. And then when things did turn out okay, I wasn't like, oh, I'll jump on this now. I was still not really thinking about it first because I was like, well, I could just go back to my tech job and get paid a lot to do things I already know how to do instead of the uncertain career of being a streamer where it's really volatile and all of that, you know? So I ended up doing it because as I was going through recovery, I was like, I just mentally, I really didn't want to go back to like my normal work and just reappear and be like, oh, I'm fine now. Everything's fine now. I didn't want to enter back into the same environment immediately. I'm always open to doing that if I ever needed to, but you know, when you go through that, you're like, maybe I should pivot for now. Just do something new. So, you know. But arguably, you know, a tech job would pay me, depending on the job, it would pay me better straight up. And then it would be stable and stuff. But that's not why I'm here, right? It's like not about the money. It's about the different experience and everything. It's just something that like I felt mentally was better. And you know, when you work in tech, when you have certain abilities to do certain things, you can just kind of go back if you ever needed to. So I wasn't worried about that. I'm kind of lucky to have that fail safe if needed, you know? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But yeah, so I was kind of like talking to people about it at a very weird time for me. So I wasn't considering anything in the world, to be honest, at that time when I was sick. So yeah. 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 So they scout people they assume would be a good fit with the existing VShojo members, I assume. Yeah. I mean, the fact of the matter is, like, everyone who's currently in the group, like, we're all tight friends. And, you know, we'll bring in someone sometimes where only, like, one person really knows them that well. Like, you might see some people collab with them, or it might seem publicly like some people are friends, but realistically you've just spoken a few times. Like, you get along well on stream. It doesn't mean that you actually, like, talk all the time at all, you know? But the goal is to find people that could mesh, regardless of whether they actually know anyone or not, right? Because let's say we brought in someone and no one meshes with them. I mean, a big thing about our group and the dynamics is that we all do mesh, you know? Like, that's kind of huge. So it's not... We're friends and coworkers, right? And if someone needed to be just a coworker, that's possible, but we've never treated anyone like that. We've always been like, you're going to be our friend now. You know? So it's kind of... It's just something to consider, right? For sure. You said they have to sit around and have a vote to let a new member in? No. No, I want to make that really clear, too. Like, there's a lot of back and forth and discussions when someone's being brought in, whatever. But ultimately, the talents are not sitting in a circle and deciding. That is not, like, we don't go, yeah, let's let this person in. That's not a thing at all. It's staff that chooses to hand someone a contract. Like, we're not involved with the legal process or anything like that. You know what I mean? We don't make those decisions. We're allowed to talk about it. We're allowed to have open discussions, and we're really blessed to have a company that will talk to us about it and not just be like, here's who you get, ha ha. You know what I mean? We're very lucky to be consulted, but yeah, we don't sit in a circle and go, what do we think? Let's take a vote. Yeah, it's not a co-op, exactly. Yeah, we don't own the company, right? So we don't really like do that. We're just very genuinely, like, something that I do like about it is we are very blessed to have staff that do want to include us, at least to ask us our opinions on things, right? That's a wonderful thing. That's a wonderful thing. You mean it's not a biker gang? But I thought it was the whole time. I thought it was the whole time. So what's the point of bringing someone in if it's going to cause conflict and not mesh with the group? Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing for the talents, I'm sure, you know, where they're really invested in making sure that the existing people are happy and not just like, yeah, let's bring in whoever would make us money, regardless of what they think. You know what I mean? We have really, it's really nice of them. They don't have to be like that, right? They could just be like, we're just gonna bring in whoever we think, and they just don't. They just choose not to because they're nice like that. So, yeah, I think we should get an island out in the Pacific, and we should drop them all on it with one weapon in the middle, and whoever's alive at the end, they get to join, personally. No scouting, no auditions, fuck all of that. We need a coliseum, okay? And the strongest one is in. That's you know, that's just my personal opinion. That is the audition, yeah. Yeah, we have whoever's alive at the end, and then if someone seems to just capture hearts during the process, we take that person too. Two win. You win either through killing everyone else or with star power. It'd be great. What an idea. What an idea. Let's do that. Yeah, Thunderdome. I think every company should do it like that, personally. That's the way. There's an anime like that. There are a lot of shows and books and things like that. There's a lot of them, actually. It's like a really popular trope. For sure. For sure. How does it work with the auditions then, since I assume you don't know them beforehand? Oh, of like new members and things? It could be different every which way. It's a subjective process, so I don't want to like talk too much in detail on it. And we're always adjusting. I will say, you know, every time we go through the process of like adding someone in, all the talents and staff talk, and we're like, how did that process feel? How did that go? Do we think there needed to be talks at this stage? Did you like this process? Blah, blah, blah. The person who joined was asked that as well, so we get their perspective. Everything. And so things are constantly changing. So I feel like if I say like, oh, it works like this, it might have worked that way one time, but I know it worked differently another time. So, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's constantly improving, constantly adjusting, which is nice. Always better to have that flexibility. Yeah, I think maybe a really rigid structure to how people join would make sense if we were a huge company with a lot of talents and they were trying to add a lot of people all the time. Then standardizing it so you can handle that volume well and not waste like staff time honestly would make sense. But because we drip feed people in and we don't add like a fuck ton all the time, I think, you know, we kind of have the ability to be more flexible with it and to do things more subjectively and just sit around and talk about it and just literally solve everything. Not everything, but most things with just discussions when it comes to direction. So, yeah. It's really something you can only do while you're at a small scale, to be honest. Because realistically, we don't have that many members. We don't have that many staff. So we can just put everyone in a Discord call and they can all get a chance to speak. Right? Like, there aren't too many people that not everyone could sit there and get a chance to speak. So we can, you know, we get to just sit around and talk about these things. It's nice. It's nice and it's good. It's nice. Aren't 17 counting? Yeah, I am glad that we added a lot of members all at once for Nova. Well, not a lot, 4, but that's a lot for us, right? I was really glad that we did, because the JP branch, I was just kind of hoping we would get more people. And I felt like if we kept adding in one at a time, like it'd be such a slow build up. So when we were discussing internally and staff were like, hey, we think we're going to do this. What do you think? You know, like we've found these people that we're considering and we'd like to do it like a wave. We haven't really done waves. What do you think? I was like, yeah, that's cool. Like, I think that'd be nice. And it's good. It's good. Like, you know, all but one of them were not themselves before. They weren't these VTubers before, right? We brought in Hestia, who was already streaming. She was already Hestia, but the other 3 weren't. So they were even asking me questions about basic streaming stuff, you know? So I think having them join together was really nice, because they can rely on each other as they figure things out and do all that. It's really, you know, yeah, it helps them not feeling isolated. That too, because, you know, all of our other JP members up until that point also spoke English. So if we had one, they'd be like alone on an island. You know what I mean? Like the only one that couldn't speak English. So I think it was really nice to have a wave. Especially I think when you're smaller creators, I think that makes more sense. This is just my personal opinion, but I think when you add a bigger creator, it makes more sense to just add 1, maybe 2. Like AmaLee and I we're not gonna even, we were talking about it and we were like, if we did both join, if we both said yes to this and we both joined together, I don't think we'd stream on the same day. We were like, maybe we do weekend and like one gets one day and one gets the other day, and then we kind of like stream together a bit more. But we were like, we're both big, like well-known people. I think her obviously like bigger in the YouTube space, but like, you know, we were like, it'd be weird for us to like debut literally at the same time, you know? But then when you have like a wave of people that are much smaller, I think it does make sense for them to do everything together. It boosts them more, you know? Like you just do whatever makes sense. So yeah. Yeah, the unit debut instantly gives them support network of peers. Exactly. But when you're like a solo person who's already found your own success, you already have a support network, because as an indie, you have friends. You have people around you that you already consult with these things. You don't need to like form up a new group of friends out of nowhere for no reason. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like you don't need that. A currently successful indie already has that. But yeah, if you take someone and they like don't really have a big network, I think it's better for them to, yeah, like give them people to do this alongside. For sure. For sure. Was there a discussion about if 4 members joined, it could split the viewer count too much? If they discussed that, I think they just discussed it amongst themselves. I guess my thoughts on that are like, that's definitely a thing. But I think when you have a bunch of people who are mostly unknown join together, even though it does quote unquote split viewership, whatever, I think you're still better off doing that. I think you're still just better off like letting that happen and building together and building your overall, like, don't think about the individuals too much. Think about you together in your wave. Think about your total view count together. You're trying to get that built because you're building together as a project, not just as individuals, right? So I think, you know, I don't know what they talked about internally, if they discussed any of that, whatever. I will say also our company really does not care about when we stream. Our company does not make us sit there and think about, like, you know, well, this person always streams at this time, so should I start later or whatever? They're like, do what you do, do what you want to do what makes sense for you. And if you think one time slot's very, like, you know, full up and you want to move your stream time, whatever, you can choose to do that. That's, you know, if you want to talk to another member about it, you can talk to them about it, but there's no, like, at least in the EN side, because I'm just, like, not in the JP talks, obviously, but on the EN side, we don't, like, sit there and strategize about that. You know what I mean? I think it's valid to think about. But don't worry about it. I remember when Matara joined, I asked her, like, when she was going to stream. And I was like, at the time I was considering streaming slightly earlier or slightly later. I was, or staying right where I was. I was just like, oh, I could shift around. When are you going to stream? And she was like, oh, I'm going to stream at this time. And it was a little further into mine. I was like, okay, I won't move later then. Make sure you have your time. I have mine. We have plenty of overlap, to be honest, you know, but still, like, I was like, oh yeah, then I just won't, because I didn't care if I moved earlier or later or stayed where I was. I was just considering it, you know. But so I will like ask people those things. But if she said I'm gonna start at 3 p.m. and I really felt like starting at 3 p.m. too, I wasn't gonna change it. You know what I mean? So it's just up to us. It's just up to us. If they cared a lot, they would have negotiated staggered time slots with themselves. Yeah, they all stream over each other. It's whatever. I think they're all doing great. Coming from nowhere, right? The only one having been coming from somewhere really was Hestia. The other three just came out of nowhere. Started streaming. They're streaming to a JP audience, and there are some JP VTubers on Twitch that have huge viewership, but overall, the JP viewership on Twitch is not that huge. So they're kind of like, I see it as them sort of pioneering a little bit, right? I think when you consider all of that, they're doing really well. Yeah, JP audience on Twitch is a bit of an uphill battle. Exactly. A lot of JP viewers of streamers are on other sites. So yeah, it's definitely something where I just see it as they're building it, and having more members active at the same time is just building up overall a culture of people finding someone to watch when they're awake in Japan. You know what I mean? So I think it's good. I think it's good. For sure. Hard not to have overlap with Mouse Michi and others doing 14-hour streams. Yeah. I mean, we just don't worry about it. And you're allowed, like I said, like we can talk to each other about it on the personal level, but like as a company, no one like really worries about that so much. Not really. The number of girls thought about doing YouTube streams as well. I don't know. All I know is that when they were joining and we were introduced to them, we asked some questions. We were like, oh, what about this? What about this? And then we were like, where are they going to stream? And they were like, oh yeah, they're going to stream on Twitch. And we went, okay. I don't know what the discussions were because I don't speak Japanese and I'm not in those meetings. But yeah, they were just like, yep, they're going to stream on Twitch. Which honestly, I'm glad, because then I can raid into them. You know, I can help support. I know it's an EN audience, but a good number of you here can actually understand some. And there are a lot of tools that people use that like auto translate as well. So that's been really nice to be able to still share that. That's been good. Yeah, Nico is number one, YouTube is second. Exactly. Most streamers are on Nico. And yeah, so it's just kind of Twitch is the runt when it comes to JP viewership, for sure. But there are some people that do stream on Twitch to a JP audience that when they stream there, their whole fan base comes over and it's like a huge thing. It's just that not all those viewers stay on the platform. They're not loyal to the platform. They're loyal to that person, you know? So it's something that's still being built up. That community is not non-existent, but a lot smaller, of people that just sit around on JP Twitch looking for someone to stream. It's more like, oh, this specific person I like who usually streams on Nico or usually streams on YouTube is streaming on Twitch today, so I'm gonna go watch them, and then when their stream ends, I'm gonna close the tab. That's more like what the average JP viewer on Twitch is right now. So so it's kind of, you know, it's being built out bit by bit, for sure. You sometimes see Hololive members on Twitch. Yeah, a lot of them have they almost use it like their alt channel. I would say I think JP Twitch streams are primarily esports. It's a lot of Apex and things like that. That's the actual like community that exists. People that will stay on the platform and look for other people to watch. It's those that watch Valorant and Apex especially. So that's not really like the VTuber watching community, you know. I know a good number of them. Yeah, VCR as well. I know a good number of them also will watch VTubers, but you know, they're really there for like the game and that community around it more than they are anything else. But yeah, they stream GTA a lot as well. They do. For sure. So it's kind of, you know, I see it as our GP members are sort of pioneering being Twitch mains in a variety kind of way. Not pioneering as if they're the only ones to have ever done that, but you know, they're really pushing it forward. So I think they're doing great. I think they're doing wonderful. There's that one red cat Japanese YouTubers really popular on Twitch. There's some that have their own communities, but you know, they're really engaged with them on other platforms too. And their community it's one of those ones that's kind of just there for them. They're not really They're not really like hopping around and checking out what everyone's doing on the platform, right? They're just like, oh, my streamer's here right now. I'm going to watch them right now and then close it. Right? That's just how it works. That's just how it is. But yeah. Ama just sent me a picture. She's also wearing the glasses. I'm gonna send her a picture. I sent her the PNG. I was like, yo, I got the glasses. Put them on. I'll show you our DMs right now. Hold on. Hold on. That's a live from our DMs. Look at it. It's like we're collabing. We were gonna do something Wednesday. She said, wait, are you streaming too? Yep. Yep. She didn't even know. Okay, Emma. Okay. Do you get the joke? My going live message, my go live notification said, just join VShojo AMA, but actually it could also be just join VShojo Ama. Hilarious. You can all laugh now. It's a real good one, guys. It's a real good one. So funny. So funny. You noticed it? Thank you. Are you just saying that because I said that? I feel like you're just saying that. I feel like you're just saying it. That's the joke, okay? I'm gonna keep putting her name in caps and people are gonna think it's an AMA and I'm like, no, that's our VShojo member, AmaLee. I'm gonna say it every fucking time just to piss people off. Just to make people upset. They're like, I thought it's an AMA right now. No, I was just talking about our new member. No, I was just talking about this other member we have in our group named Ama. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. You read it these as the other way and completely missed the joke. I felt like if I didn't say it, like, no one was gonna know. When I typed it, I was like, I don't think anyone's gonna... No one's gonna interpret it this way. Not one bit. Oh my god. It's funny to see both of the PNGs on the follow list. Yeah, do you see like the two thumbnails next to each other? That's my goal. My goal is for our two thumbnails to appear on your browse page and you just see the two of us with the glasses on. You know what? Maybe I'll start doing that. Maybe I'll start doing that. I'll start sending PNGs to the members and be like, can you wear this today? With like no explanation. I'll just also wear it. Look. I was asking them if their thumbnails like look the same when we put the two thumbnails next to each other on their browse page. Did they see the two of us with the glasses on? Oh, it'd be so good. Look, I'm drinking tea too. I just have it in a mug. I'm a mug haver. What would our name be? Amiga. That sounds like some disgusting, like, homunculus of us two that's trying... We're both trying to speak. Both of our consciences are kind of, like, fighting internally. And all it can say is, Amiga! Because we, like, can't get any words out and it's horrible. That's what that sounds like. That'd be cool. Don't draw it, though. But that'd be cool. She's watching you now? I figured. We'll keep watching. Keep watching right now. With two voices? Yeah, it'd be so scary. Oh... I just got a really bad idea. I'm going to type it to you, Emma. Hold on. I got a really horrible idea. Guys, you're going to love it. It's a cool ASMR prompt, I promise. You're really going to like it. You're going to love it. Okay. She typed an idea to me as well, but hers was like cute and normal, and mine was horrifying. We're kind of different people. People have been making jokes about us being the same person. And while I see some similarities, I think we're very different people. I have really bad ideas. But the thing is, I think both of us are similar in that when one of us says some sort of awful idea, the other will be like, yeah, let's do it. So it's gonna be sorry in advance, apologies in advance, but we're gonna have a great time. I don't know about you guys, but we're gonna have a great time. Okay, that's just how it's gonna go. Like good eyebrows. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is your hair silver? I would wager it's blue. I saw someone on Twitter say like, oh, we have another one with the silver haired something something, trying to make like a unit of people, but I was always under the impression that it's blue. Just typing to me. I don't know, guys. I just think I'm gonna look at her right now. I mean, when she has like blue backlight, her hair looks more silver. But then when she's on just a plain like white or gray background, you see so much blue come through. I can't tell. Bluish silver? Maybe. Mine's like a pure medium silver. Like it's not super warm or cool tone. It's like a little cool tone. And then hers is like toilet cleaner blue. Okay. Okay. Her design in the follow notif looks blue. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hi from Amos chat. Hi, welcome. Do you think her hair is silver or blue? It is kind of both, but is it leaning? Like if you look at the hex code, boom, would you call that color a silver or a blue? I don't know. I'm thinking it's a cooler tone of silver. I think it's too much blue in it to not be called blue. It's just a very desaturated blue. But that's me. Hold on. I can't look at her right now. I have to look at like AmaLee. I have to look at a picture of her on a white background. That's what I need to do. Hold on. Hold on. Finds picture. Finds picture. It also depends on what outfit she's wearing. Too many factors. I no longer care about the answer. It could go either way. Depends on what background she's on. That's what I think. I think it's so 50-50 that it literally depends on what room she's in, what lighting she's in. Anyway, we're going to do a thing on Wednesday. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you. Do you want us to do anything specific? Is there like a specific activity you'd like to see? I have some ideas, but I wanted to ask first before I picked something, in case any of you guys had any ideas that I hadn't even thought about. Anything you'd like to see us do? It could be playing a game, but it could be something within the just chatting category. Not that we have to just sit there and talk. We could just sit there and talk, but we could do a lot of things. Plan a walkable city. I don't think she's going to care about walkable cities as much as I would. Who fucking knows? Maybe, oh, okay, how about this? A chatting stream? But I just keep trying to bring up special interests of mine and seeing what she bites on. Okay, and it's just stuff that my community knows I talk about too much. And then we don't tell her that that's what I'm doing. I just find any excuse to keep bringing up, like, but what do you think about public transport, right? And these different things. And we see which ones she bites on the most. And then what I'll do is I'll have a secret bingo card, okay? I'll have a GEEGA bingo card of my special interests. And whenever she really like bites on one, like I'm like, what do you think about this? And she's like, oh, you know, I really love blah, blah, blah. I'll be like, okay, check. Right? And then if I get bingo, I yell bingo. Okay? I'll call it secret bingo. It's so cool. It's so cool. It's gonna be great. And none of my friends will ever trust me ever again, and they won't know if I'm playing secret bingo when I'm talking to them or if I'm actually just talking to them. I'll bring up something random and they'll be like, is this because you're playing secret bingo or are you actually just bringing this up? Yeah, let's do secret bingo on Wednesday. I like that. I like that. What about poop? Yeah, I bring up poop and I see if she bites on the poop talk or not. The vibe check stream. Yeah, I like this. I like this. I'm writing this down.
I need a yap session with you, Armor and Mike GEEGA.
And Mike. I feel like she and him are the opposite people, but they'd get along so well. Yeah, I gotta bring him into the fray. That's my shlama, you know, my secret weapon. I'd test a friend's vibes by putting them in a room with Mike, and I'm like, let's see if you get along. Hold on. I'm writing the idea down. Okay. I have written the idea. Get around, that's my streamer. Oh yeah, he's been planning a lot with that. I don't know what he said, so I'm not gonna say too much, but he's been, you know, planning episodes and moving forward on that. I've been talking to him a lot about it. It's gonna be good. It's genuinely one of my most favorite shows, like event-based shows, episodic things on Twitch is Mike's. That's my streamer. And I loved that my episode, we got Nags on, and the whole time, Nags is sitting there at his podium, and you just see him like looking away, and he's going, oh, he's like reacting to something while we're just doing the show, because there was also a Mets game going on. And he was keeping up with the Mets game while we were doing our episode. And we all knew, and we were fine with it. We were like, you're fine, dude, it's okay. But he'd be like answering a question, and then in the middle of the question he'd be like, oh my god, he just starts screaming because they do something, you know, that you do in baseball with the ball and the sport. Oh, it was so funny. It was so fucking funny. just Nags freaking out while something happens in the fucking Mets game. Oh, I was crying, dude. I was crying that whole episode. And then, you know, I said it to Mike recently. I was saying to him, I don't think, like, many people will get it, but the funniest thing that ever happened in that episode, and it's only funny to, like, me and Mike and those that know, was when Nags was doing his impression of a guy at the deli, and he was saying his whole spiel, and then he just ends it with, like, yeah, and let me get a diet Snapple. And I don't know. Just me and Mike were laughing, and we were like throwing up, and chat was like, I think that's funny. But like they didn't really, like, only some of them knew why that's funny. It's just like, you don't get it. If you weren't raised in it, you don't get it. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. I have some special bits that he and I have been preparing. One in particular that I really want to do. I really want to do, and I want to invite some of you to help out with it, actually. Yo, Haru, thank you for the raid. Why didn't my... I thought I added the alerts back to the screen. Why are they still broken? Hold on, I'm gonna go to the other screen real quick. Ignore it for a second, and I'm gonna I have to copy a folder over. Just ignore this for a second. Let me just make sure this, like, I'm gonna redo it. Okay. And that should be fixed. Quick, someone do an alert. Quick, do it fast. Okay, that should have fixed it. Sometimes you just have to, like, redo it. There we go. Thanks. Yep, it works. It sure does work. Wow. Wow, that's great. Your alerts were also broken?
Hey Giga, congratulations by the way on being the newest VTuber in the VShojo lineup.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I for this one, sometimes I have an issue in OBS where I have my browser sources for like all of my things, like my alerts and everything, in here. And when I newly add them to a scene, sometimes I have to get rid of them and go to another scene and copy it over, like add it again fresh, because it just doesn't come over. And it's only when I'm adding a folder of things. It's a little weird. It's a little weird, but I fixed it. It's good now. Zen got exposure to Mike yesterday. She watched the episode of That's My Server with Bricky, Heavenly, and Mel. Oh, what a good one. I think I love how like unserious the show is. Mike both runs it professionally in format, but also completely unprofessionally. The questions that he asks are terrible. It's so good. It is so good. Oh, it's my favorite. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. I have a lot of things. Oh, the thing I was trying to say right before the raid. So I have a bit that I want to do with Mike. And I want to allow you guys to write some things. So I want to make a form right now. A Google form. Basically, I want him and I to do practice ad reads. You know what copy is? You know what copy is? It's when they give you like the text that you have to read for an ad or for whatever. And a lot of podcasts do them. I want us to do that, but I want us to do practice ones, and I wanted you guys to be able to write them for us. We're also going to write them for each other. It's coffee and Korean copy. Thanks. Okay, let me write some rules. Give us fake sponsors / ads to read through as if you were the company handing us the script of what to say on a podcast. So imagine it's audio only. Okay, so I'm going to say in the rules, nothing too weird, but it's me and Mike. So I think if you're in either of our chats, you know what the limits are. Like, we do get really weird. Okay, we do get really weird. But obviously within reason. If something's too weird, we'll ban you forever. Nothing against TOS, of course. Fake company names only, so there's no confusion. So if you wanted to do a Pizza Hut ad, we'd be like, no, give us a fake pizzeria name. Keep it to about 30 seconds of reading maximum. Okay, and then I'm going to do a paragraph. Write your copy / script here. That's what we would write. That's required. I am gonna require emails. Because I am not letting people just anonymously send that in. No thanks. You must be verified. Okay. There we go. You cannot edit your responses. And you can only send one in. Okay, publish. Publish. Boom. Boom. Okay. It's gonna be good. This is on Discord. I'm gonna put it on Discord. Yes, it's gonna be a Discord link. It's gonna be a Discord link. I'm gonna post it in a second. Let me just make sure it's good. Let me make sure my settings saved. Make sure that. Okay. Yeah, it's verified only. Okay. I'm gonna go to Geegan Out. We're going to the Geegan Out channel. I'm gonna say write fake ad reads / scripts for Mike and I to read. Keep length. You know what? I wrote the rules already in the document. If you don't do it correctly, I'm gonna assume you're a stupid, dumb, stupid, and I'm never gonna let you answer any of my forms ever again. Okay. There you go. And I'm gonna pin it. Pin message. Boom. There you go. Ryuko said first. I love it. Be funny if it's a game show setting and you randomly interrupt contestants to read out a ridiculous ad. Well, that's the thing. Some of these, if I don't use it for that bit, I might keep them. I might keep them for the future for other things. So, what's the deadline? I don't know. So, do it within the next couple days. Or else. Put it as a quest to fill out the form. Ooh, it could be on the quest board. Hey, if you guys want to change it to be a quest on the quest board and link to that, mods, you can. You can. And I'll just take in whatever. And whenever you do that, you can let me know. And I'll delete the form. Take in what I already have. Throw it into the quest board, etc. Yeah, if you make the quest quickly, we can do it there instead. That way you guys have to use your Discord and you get embarrassed if, if you say anything weird. We can. Will has some really good fake ad reads. Oh, I know. I've heard Will do it, but it's always like little ones he comes up with here and there. I like the, I like longer ones. There's one legendary one that maybe we'll listen to in the future. But if you know about Dude Finder, you'll understand. Anyway, okay, so that's good. Mods ping me when that's all well and done. I'm gonna write a note in the Discord. So actually, mods may make this a quest on the quest board. Feel free to hold off until then. Alright, just let me know. Norm Macdonald doing man grade ads to kill Spike. The Norm ones are really funny. I think one of my favorite things he would do is he would write jokes and make everyone else read them. So he would write jokes throughout the day, and some of them would be really bad. And he would just put them on cards and wait for his show, and then he'd hand them over to people who were guesting and just be like, let's go back and forth and read some jokes. And some of them were so actually terrible, but it's one of my favorite segments. It's so good. Want the one that has no context, like head on? Nah, well, maybe. We'll see. It's up. All right, I am now deleting the form. Delete. Boom. Deleted. Go do the ad reads on the quest board instead. We have done that from the beginning, but I forgot. Congrats, Gila, finally joining after all this time. Also, I'm a millennial. Am I welcome here? Hey, Garrick, welcome on in. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Congratulations. But my title this time doesn't say Millennials Welcome. It says Geriatric Content. And you know why it says that? Do you know why? I'm about to show you why. Because we are about to do some geriatric content. We are. Something I've been wanting to do. that I haven't done in a long time. No, it's not crosswords. But we could do the mini. We could. Here we go. Where the hell is my browser source? Hold on. I'm doing it. It's not that one. Hold on. Wait for it. Okay, I'll pull it up. It's your favorite song, guys. Okay, I'll pull it up. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. You love it. All right. Yeah. It's been a hot minute. They're giving me a Target ad. Check this out. No, it's not real. It's not real anymore. Can't hurt me. First word, moist. You always do moist? Is that your first word always? I mean, it does have, you want R-S-T-L-N-E, right? So we're going to do, I like doing runts. Thing is, this is the thing, Garrick. Moist isn't a bad one. Runts is good because R-S-T-L-N-E, it's got R-N-T-S out of that. It's so good. Paint and louse. Yeah, what's your favorite opener? Shart. Reach is a good one. Yeah, Shart is my opener. Oh. If that weren't Reach, I might believe it. Okay. If Reach weren't that second word, you know, I might have believed it. I think it is going to be SH at the front, though. I think it's going to be... It's not going to be shoot, obviously, because there's no O. It's going to be... shunt. I think it's going to be shunt. Yeah. Got him. And what does shunt rhyme with? Bunt? Punt? Guys, it's okay to say it in my chat. That's for the new people. I want you to know it's okay to say it. It rhymes with cunt, and that's all right. I'm now going to press the marker button. Sorry, VOD editor. All right, let me get the next one. Wordle is great, but we now have to speed run the mini. Okay. The goal is a minute. The goal is always a minute or fewer. Sometimes it's longer depending on the words of the day. Liticky, I don't remember. I remember the name. Cell phone pop-up. I don't... What? Ad? I will figure it out. What gamblers and actors study? What? We'll come back. Wood traditionally used for black piano keys. I don't remember. Anger. I don't know. Ire, probably. Let's do ire. We'll come back. Salad green derived from wild mustard. I should know that. Cover story told in court. This is your alibi. Choir member ends with an R. Tenor. Blank Adler character outsmarted. Oh, I can't remember the name, but I remember the situation. Site that dubs itself the global marketplace for unique and creative goods. I don't use the internet. I don't know. All right. Oh, Ebony, you're right. I shouldn't look at the chat. I shouldn't have looked. I shouldn't have done it. Chat, don't help. Don't help or I'll kill you. This is a hard one today, actually. Salad green derived from mustard. This should be kale, I believe. Is this Katie? Was it Katie like that? I think it's something like that. Oh, gamblers and oh, is it lines? No. It is. Alert. Okay, we got it. Oh, 124. That was okay. That was alright. Yeah, today's was a tough mini. But hey, it ain't bad. It ain't bad. Not at all. Alright, next. Next, Puzz. We gotta crush this Puzz. The only other one I like to do is connections. The rest kind of suck. Okay, okay. We got good old... Sorry for the flashbang again. We got good old connections right here. Groups of 4? No way we have extra virgin olive oil. Is this a joke? There's no way this is working. Hate that. What? Bark, skin, scales, and shell gotta be together. There's no way they're not. To taste, to sample, bite, mouthful. Yeah, twins, Edge Mage Axe, typewriter. This is something from a movie, isn't it? In The Shining. Yeah. Okay. The twins, I always joke. I always reference the twins from The Shining where they're at the end of the hallway and they're like, don't you want to play with us? I always say that that's me and Mouse. Whenever we start getting weird. That's us.